to my I am currently asking for a ceasefire. I'm asking for a ceasefire between the Somalis and the African Americans. Please. We got something bigger going on right now. This is a divide and conquer situation happening in Minnesota. Y'all know we ride together when situations arise out here. When that George Floyd stuff happened, baby, we was out there. Ain't nobody was asking what type of black you was. We all felt that. So I just don't want this ignorant conversation to overshadow what's really happening. Don't give them the upper hand. Why are we acting slow? I'm asking for a ceasefire. If you like me, please put down the shots. We ain't got time. Just put a pin in the conversation. How about that? Let's just put a pin in the conversation. And after we're done with this, then we could get back to doing that. Y'all could get back to doing that. I don't even know what type of conversation. I'm gonna go finish my electrolytes because it's.
Do you want to know what the other side of deportation looks like? Do you want to know what it feels like to have a family member taken by ICE? Can you imagine what it feels like not knowing where your family member is? Can you imagine waking up and seeing that your family member has been trafficked again out of state lines without any communication to the lawyer that you're paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars to? Can you imagine that? I don't have to imagine it. On October 23rd, 2025, my uncle, a Somali man, was kidnapped and trafficked by ICE in Maine while trying to renew his worker's permit. He is a person with no criminal past. He has no criminal history. He's a working class man, an immigrant from Somalia who has lived in the United States for over 20 years. He's paid taxes for every year that he's been here. He's contributed to his local economy every year that he's been here. And he was still taken by ICE in Maine, a city, not a city, a state that nobody is even talking about. In the discussions about ICE raids, nobody's even talking about Maine. They're taking people from Maine. They're taking Somali people from Maine. They're taking black people from Maine. They're taking African immigrants from Maine.
Hi guys, my name is Mirabelle and you are welcome to my channel. So today, we need to have a real conversation. And I mean a real one. Because the internet is doing that thing again, where people suddenly want unity, suddenly want peace, suddenly want we're all the same, but only when it benefits them. Because I just watched a video where someone was basically calling for a ceasefire between African Americans and Somalis, talking about divide and conquer, talking about we need to come together, bringing up George Floyd and all that. And listen, on the surface, that sounds nice. It sounds powerful. It sounds like something people should agree with. But here's the problem. You cannot ask for unity after years of separation. You cannot ask for solidarity after you've made it clear you don't see yourself as part of that same group. And that's where the conversation gets uncomfortable, because now people are being forced to remember history that some folks would rather ignore. Let's watch what people are saying. So boom, the message is let's come together. This is divide and conquer. We're all black. We all felt George Floyd. And I'm sitting here like, okay, but where was this energy before? Because this is the part people don't want to talk about. For years, there has been a clear distance. Not small distance. I'm talking about intentional separation. A lot of people from certain communities have made it very clear. We're not Black American. We're different. We're better. We don't associate. So now I'm confused. Now suddenly it's we're all the same. Now suddenly it's unity? Now suddenly we should ignore everything that has been said and done? Nah, that's not how that works. And let's talk about that George Floyd point, because it keeps coming up. Yes, people marched. Yes, people showed up. Let's be honest for a second, a lot of people showed up because it was a global moment. It was trending. The whole world was watching.
So a Somali gentleman was online with Tariq Nasheed discussing how we're not uniting with them and standing up for them. Us, FBA, if that's what you want to call us, African Americans, Black people in America, and was, kind of asking for a truce. I'm going to let you listen to the conversation, and then I have a little bit of a comment afterwards. So let's listen in.
The biggest fear is, as Black Americans are delineating, and America as a country is doing the same thing. They're coming after us. Donald Trump got elected. Immigrants are scared. So now Black Americans are doing their own thing. At the time, we're hoping that they would be standing up for us, and being part of our coalition. But
yeah, and that's the problem.
We don't know what to do now.
Yeah, because we told people, they kept telling us, well, you FBS don't wet hide. You don't wet. We came over with $2 and we were this, and y'all need to learn from us. It got real bad. People got very arrogant, and even Jamaicans, they still do it. They still tell us, oh, don't come to Jamaica. Oh, don't do this. You are entitled. And y'all were telling us all of this stuff about how hard you work and how lazy we were. And we said, okay, well, handle your business then. And now people don't like it.
And can I say something? I think that's why a lot of immigrants are running for office. There's a lot of Somalis in Minnesota, the New York mayor, because I think they're scared now since that,
New York mayor is not Somali.
Of the current political system in America. Maybe Black Americans are not as supportive anymore. They feel like they have to fight for them, so they have to have a presence, or else it's over for immigrants here.
Yeah, and that ain't working because they ain't getting elected. A lot of them are not getting elected like that. It's like Winston Sears, like your boy out there in Minnesota, whatever his name is, he got washed, so he ain't really working out like they work out. So this is, catch you to really check themselves with the disrespect.
So how do we have a restart now? Black Americans, we forget everything in the past. We started a new contract. We put the disputes and all this stuff to the past and just have a fresh start. Respect each other, respect each other's cultures, work together where we can work together. Let's try to work on that. I'm ready for that.
Well, the thing is, man, it's going to have to start back in the homeland. It has to start there. Because a lot of people bring over the same tribalistic disposition that they had over there. They bring over here. They look at us as just another tribal group. And that's not going to work. We've been upholding global Black unity, and we've been pretty much doing it by our damn selves. So it's time for these other groups to start standing on business over in the homeland, making sure some of that tribal nonsense is stopped. And then people can come to the table and say, hey, let's get down and let's break bread.
The biggest fear is...
So, yeah. I agree with Tariq Nasheed. We tried for decades. I'm attaching in a comment here that I saw in the Mercurio Lover post. She made a wonderful post. You should check it out. And there was a comment on there that really, really hit me and touched my heart. It was basically, I'm going to put it on the screen, but basically, it's really hurtful to see all these people come in to the country on the backs and on the blood, shed, and tears of our ancestors. All of the hard work, all of the death, the suffering, the dogs, the hoses. We fought and fought and fought for civil rights and fought for them to have access to come into our country. And then they get here and they vote to deconstruct everything that we built and take all the rights that we fought for away from all of us. And then when they get into trouble, now they want us to go and put our bodies on the line to save them from themselves. But you'll see the comment on the screen. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Whatever Trump is doing and saying is absolutely wrong. He should not say those things about those people. I don't know what the details are on these, alleged crimes and frauds that he's claiming went on. I've done a little bit of cursory research, and it looks like there was a case that was people were convicted of fraud. But I mean, what does he have any room to talk about people committing fraud? How many other people in this country commit fraud? Singling them out as a whole group for what a couple people in their community did is wrong. But you can't really expect us to jump in and fight for you when your community as a whole came together and decided that you're going to vote for this when we begged you not to, because we knew what it would mean for all of us.
Do people always have misplaced anger when it comes to Black Americans? So I'm talking about how I see a lot of Somali people mad with Black Americans at their response to what is currently happening. But at the same time, I don't see those same people making videos about the white woman that called child the N-word at Cinnabon and said that she was openly racist. A lot of Black Americans have still had solidarity with them during this situation, but some of us just do not care. But you cannot be mad at Black Americans for not getting into your fights when that's not our fight to even get in. the same group of people who use microaggressions when speaking about Black Americans, like they are exempt from something, and now they are actually seeing the treatment that Black Americans have been talking about for decades, but they never wanted to believe it. They always thought it was our issue as to why we were being treated the way that we were being treated. I don't like diaspora wars. I feel like a person who is racist is going to treat all of us the same. If you are not of a certain ethnicity, of a certain race, they are not going to like you regardless. But for some reason, certain racial groups think that they are better than Black Americans, and they think that any type of treatment that Black Americans get is because of how they act. When no, they're racist. They don't like you either.
This is so ironic to see Somali people. This is like the second video I saw, first of all, of them referencing George Floyd. We were all together during George Floyd. First of all, everybody and their mother was outside. It was a national thing. Like, it was very clouded. It was very trendy. It was very trendy to be marching and saying Black Lives Matter. There were stores that would have Black Lives Matter signs in the window. A lot of people were standing in solidarity with Black Americans. And at the end of the day, if y'all claim y'all Black, then aren't you marching for yourself? Isn't Black Lives Matter for all of y'all? You see how they separate? It's like they don't even realize that they're doing it. You're separating yourself from us by saying, we was there for you during George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. Aren't you Black too? So wouldn't that also be your plight and your fight too? Wouldn't that also be you standing up for yourself and your community as well? It's because you always other yourself. It's a subconscious thing because you do not see yourself as us. And that's okay. We finally said, okay, we're not the same. I could pull up 50 videos of Somalis saying, we're not Black, we're Somali, and we're Arab. Y'all don't even say y'all African. Y'all don't even say y'all African. Now all of a sudden, don't let the white man divide and conquer. Baby, y'all have already been divided. If you were not divided, then we probably, with the way the numbers, y'all keep talking about numbers and strength in numbers. If other melanated, deeply melanated groups of people that came here did what we actually thought, what our ancestors actually thought was going to happen, if they unified with us, we would literally be running this country. Because there is strength in numbers. But you all have gone against us. You've undermined us. You've constantly talked down on us, belittled us, denigrated us, told us we wasn't shit, called us lazy, said that you were better, and separated yourself. You created your own enclaves. Down there in Minnesota, I saw a video of a Black American man try to go into the mall that you all have, and the Somalis ran him out of there, basically segregated him. It's not even safe for us to walk around freely in you all's neighborhoods. But y'all don't like to talk about that. Y'all don't like to talk about y'all anti-Black Americanness. Y'all don't even claim to be African. But now that it's convenient and y'all just don't.
I think for some strange ass reason, immigrants, y'all Somalis think because we Black, we supposed to stick with y'all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We don't share an allegiance because I'm Black. Ma'am, I'm an American. There's a big fucking difference. But Theodore Roosevelt said, it ain't but one flag. That's the American flag. He said it ain't but one motherfucking language, and that's the English language. And he said above them all, it ain't but one loyalty, undivided, explicitly for the United States of America. If that ain't what the fuck you about, then you ain't about what I'm about. Being an American first and only, honey. Not nothing in front of it, not no stipulations behind it.
But supporting something in a moment is not the same as standing with people consistently. Because the same groups that were marching are the same ones who later turned around and said, we're not like them. So which one is it? Because you can't benefit from Black struggle and then separate yourself from Black identity when it's convenient. That's the contradiction. And then we get into the Minnesota situation. People have been talking for years about tension in certain areas. About communities being divided. About people feeling unwelcome in spaces that are supposed to be Black spaces. So when someone now comes online and says, let's stop fighting, let's unite. People are like, hold on. You're skipping steps. You're skipping accountability. You're skipping acknowledgement. Because unity is not something you just demand. Unity comes after honesty. Unity comes after people admit, yeah, we played a role in this divide. Crime? Black. Welfare? Black. Struggles? Black. And now people are starting to separate those conversations and say, wait, who exactly are we talking about? And suddenly, that's a problem. But it wasn't a problem when all Black Americans were being grouped into one negative box. Now that things are being specified, now it's division? Be serious. And let me say this clearly, because people love to twist things. Nobody is saying unity is bad. But forced unity? Fake unity? Convenient unity? That's where people have an issue. Because you don't get to distance yourself for years, undermine people, disrespect people, and then come back and say, hey, let's be one now. It doesn't work like that. At the end of the day, this conversation is deeper than just one video. This is about identity. This is about accountability. And this is about people finally saying, we're not ignoring this anymore. Because real unity? It requires truth. And a lot of people are not ready for that truth yet. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I already know this is one of those conversations people are going to have strong feelings about. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.